to set a timer. Thank you all for coming. I'm so excited to be part of Esteban's launch and to get to hear everybody else speak. All right, so I have a few poems for y'all. All right. I'm going to start with one called Bedtime Stories. You are lying on the bed. No. There is a bed. Good. There is a house. Fine. Perhaps there is a bed inside the house. No. There is a city? Better. There is a person on a bed inside a house inside the city. Stop it. Or there was a place. Yes. There was. The two beds in the room bond, as all beds do. Every night they flip nightmare into prayers and kick aside the weeping monsters wrapped around their wooden legs. Beds are not kind, but I don't blame them. Here's the story. After the gods made chairs, they began with beds. The gods fell in love with their art, and after a time became their art. They slumped to the ground asleep, and the world was left to finish itself. The sky, forced to choose from millions of birds for her hair every morning, blended beds. The land arched her back against so many small feet, and didn't know if she felt pleasure or pain. The sea filled with salt, just to be filled with something, and she blamed the beds, like her sisters. Beds became a place for bad things. The last animal moments before death, the death of someone that you love. Would you like to have those moments play out against your skin? Dream of that, like the beds do. Okay, this one is called The Hummingbird. Blasphemous Pinocchio scrap, liar, growing your long nose out like a needle. After hospice left, my mother successfully killed. We threw most of their things away. Morphine down the toilet, wheelchair flung on our lawn. We kept the IV machine though. We turned it into a hummingbird feeder. The silver pole and bag swayed in our yard. To make a hummingbird, explode several peacocks. Bottle whichever shimmering droplet flees the feathers and pieces of beak. One of my mother's friends saw a hummingbird hovering by the funeral home. She said, "Look, girls, there's your mother." My mother is not a hummingbird. Her dead body is in a vase. To destroy a hummingbird, jam nail scissors hard into the back of its head. They will come out of its face, a death beak. My mother loved hummingbirds, if I am going to speak the truth. Watch, I will hold one in my hands and squeeze it so I can carefully draw her blood with its beak. And my stinger comes out of my mouth. And I wear one as a necklace now, Frida Kahlo knows, shiny green brain of the albatross. And I am a grown woman now, yet here I sit in my pink dress and red high heels, zooming foiled birds through the air, humming to myself. My mother died for hours. We watched quietly. It was raining. We opened every door to let the birds in. They settled on my mother's arms. They were oily blue and green like paint. A pallet with its low, empty eggshells misses them terribly. Okay, this next one is called On Marriage and Child. Belle, you keep giving birth to your clapper. You keep pushing song through your tiny hips like the head of my baby, the head of my baby I won't have? Where does a mother's stomach get skin? God has paint pots. At night he pours them over the holy mouse, revolving in its sack and growing its little heart ball. Is that what it's like? Is that what it's like? I want to grow me a baby. I want my spinach to turn white and harden into bones. I want to hear the forming feet erupt, 10 heads, the perfect toes. Listen, a wand is spurting from its star. Who loves like that? Who loves enough and a way to want a combination of me and you? Not me and not you. I have thought around love, and it seems very strange and unlikely. I am too specific and made of apple parts or faucet rust, so I laugh. And how could any person ever love another person, all full up with traits, jangling like paper clips or acorns or cubes of frozen unicorn urine? And if I loved, how could I ever, with me over here and you over there, with us masturbating as we squint unbelievably through telescopes at whatever fills a human bag, making more loved trash? Ooh, I think I'll read 2 more. Loving the snaps, thank y'all. Okay, this one is called The Gummy Bear. I'm bad at titles, so I do a lot of like the object. So. Easy enough. The Gummy Bear. Jewel bear, fetal bear, whirls in for stomach bear, deep charm, bait charm, heart casts its head on string charm, bone thread, a long way, headless heart on catch day. And the rainbow played with her last teardrop before placing it gently into the ursine uterus. The mother bear wrenched herself through snow, white sky cutting bird legs from their bodies. They fell on her like twigs. She ran. Hair on the trees stood up and fell off. Green needles on the forest floor. The birds could only fly now. She could only run. And this was her own light, strung in her own belly. And even if she evaporated, her bones breaking into clouds, she would stop at nothing to bury her baby into snow. The licked embryo sank into the ground. Left there for that long winter, it grew hair and eyes even in its sleep. One day it floats out beautiful, a balloon on its umbilical, wondering why and to where and for whom. All right, one last one. Thank you again for having me. So the first poem I read was called Bedtime Stories. This is a bedtime story in its own way, but a very different kind. All right, it's called Throb for Throb. The woman snoring in the apartment below me is a comfort. I like it. Her noisy face rises, roosts beneath my bed. Down there is every vibrator every boyfriend ever bought me. A graveyard, sparkly pink, makes me laugh each time I find them. Last night, my cat battered one to life. Resurrection Day for the glittered penis finger. I heard it moving. It rolled to its companions. You, sir, can you budge? What ho, Dillerson, are you breathing? It buzzed briskly, then got thoughtful. A spider pulls lace from its stomach, but that is burial, not grief. He too could pull plastic, some golden wires. He knew nothing of his body. He could pull out his insides to drape his friends, and it would never be enough. He'd survived. His buzzing slowed. I hope he found my neighbor's lips, lost himself in her rumbling. I hope I'm not their god. All I can do is tense and flinch at pain or even blankness. If they rise into my arms, I can try to tell their lives. Maybe that will be enough to match them throb for throb. Thank you so much.